Hey, it's Nina.
And Ashley back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Gettin It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There is no G at the end of Gettin. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/YAGIP. Please follow and comment on there. And we're also on YouTube. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast if you want to watch us Breakfast Club style. Remember, no G at the end of Gettin.
And you can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast or visit our website at www.weareyagip. And then if you would like to get in touch with us, there are two ways to do that. The first one is our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or you could hit up our Google Voice number. You could call, text at 323-486-3811. Back to the bullshit.
Okay, we're back. I have those two small topics that I was telling Ashley about before we started taping. There was the one that I talked to you about, that Harmony School, and your school does that at National University.
Oh yeah, how they have the isn't that like the mental health awareness and like the education therapy?
Yeah, everyone search chooseharmony.org. It's kind of cool. I'll put, what is SEL? Social emotional learning. It is the process through which children and adults acquire and effectively apply the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary for being a healthy adult. Understand and manage emotions, set and achieve possible goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, make responsible decisions, and maintain a healthy level of awareness. And I just say,
drag me.
No, when I saw the empathy one, I was thinking about someone else, and I was like, this person ain't never learned that skill. Like,
I'm like, there's a lot of things on that list I could have done with learning as a child.
Could I have God?
Like,
could you have given me this
this
education? Because it's like, these are things that if we were taught as children,
they'd be easier fucking now.
And we're learning as adults. So we're adult babies in some of these subjects.
And we wouldn't be so fucking stubborn about it, and it wouldn't feel like so awkward. Like, because you know, like some things just feel so awkward and weird. You're like, I don't want to do this, but like, I know I have to. But then
it would be so different.
It's just weird. Because you'd be used to fucking doing it.
Yeah. SEL, social emotional learning. I hope that I have the opportunity to. I don't know if I'll put my kids in a private school because there's some great public schools, but whatever school my kids end up in, I'm like, this is some shit I'm actually going to look out for now. Like, do you guys assess mental health, and you guys talk about things that are not talked about? Like, I want them to do all of these things. Like, I'm also going to, like, high school wise, I'm like, if you guys don't teach finance in middle school or high school, I can't do it. Yeah. You guys need to be teaching finance. I remember in middle school, we had those electives at Summit, and we had a class that taught us, like, how to pay a bill and how to write a check.
I remember that when everybody would talk about it, and then like I never did that one. I always do like art or computers. Yeah, that's it.
I think that class would have been good if they taught you how to like manage your money.
Yeah,
they just taught you how to
use it.
They're
like, well, it's a capitalist society. Like, why would they teach you otherwise?
How to use and spend your money, but not how to save and manage. Interesting. Maybe they were like, there's a lot of black kids at this school. Let's tell these niggas that Gucci, Louis, and Prada is what the fuck they need to have on at all times. And that it's funny that boycott Gucci shit is just, people are just like, Mayweather.
Wait, what he do?
Mayweather's like, oh, I'm gonna keep buying Gucci. But it's like, yeah, he's like,
fucking coon.
They're calling him a coon because it's like, or Uncle Tom, because they're like, you live by the almighty dollar. Like, you don't have like,
well, he's money made. What else do they expect from this nigga?
Yeah, like, yeah, but it's like all he cares about is money.
Yeah,
he doesn't even my nose itch. He doesn't even care about bitches. Like, he cares about
just like, I'll buy a new one. It's okay.
He don't even care about his daughter money, Yaya, because she's hanging out with NBA young boy who has herpes and beats women.
Bitches.
So you don't even care about this girl.
Poor baby. I'm gonna pray about that. I didn't know about that. That's tragic.
They posted a video of like, she's all laughing trying to be cute. She's with NBA young boy, but it's like what he says is like super disrespectful.
What?
Like, she's like,
was it allude to?
She's like, no, it's just them. Like, he has a pillow over his head, like he's about to throw it at her, and she's like, ha ha ha, like laughing super hard. And then she's like, say it again. She was like, do you want me to leave? He was like, I don't give a fuck. And she starts, ha ha ha, and it's like he's smiling while he says it. And it's like, it could be a joke, but it's also like, why do you need to joke like that?
Yeah,
you don't need to joke like that. And he's NBA young boy. That seems like the only way he jokes.
And he kicked old girl out before, for real.
Kicked her out. And when she was lying when he beat her ass, and she was saying, I said, you can't pull me.
Yeah.
You can't pull. First of all, who's
I'm not
shut up. You know she's pregnant with his baby, right? I think it's about to be born like next month. They're not together anymore. He has a new girlfriend. But like their baby, yeah.
Okay, we're done here.
Her baby's about to be born, and he's already with. Well, he was with a different girl. Now he's with Money Yaya. Yeah, I don't. It's shade room, so I don't know these people. But I remember the Money Yaya because I'm like, this nigga's about to disrespect you. That's a lot, ain't it?
That's just too much.
Yeah, we kind of
that doesn't need to be happening.
We were talking about social emotional.
We were talking
learning.
about things that were important.
These niggas that we are talking about need social emotional learning.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It says they have specialized strategies designed to reduce instances of bullying and harassment, both in and out of school. My topic about later is harassment. Simple integration, lesson plans that fit seamlessly into existing curriculum in as little as 5 minutes a day. That's actually great.
Hook a bitch up.
5 minutes, okay.
That's my attention span.
Any classroom pre through K. That's actually a good range, and then you start like using it in 7th grade when you're like growing up. Aligned with Common Core, state standard, national, and district learning initiatives. So this is through Sanford University at National University. I just think that's super fucking cool.
Shout out my school, y'all.
Yeah, right? And then I saw this on Instagram a while ago. It was about Tyler Perry. He paid for all the layaways at 2 Georgia Walmarts, and this was a while ago.
What?
This was at the end of last year during Christmas, right before Christmas.
Damn.
So, if you have he put this online or said this out loud. Oh, he said this in the video. If you have layaway at Walmart at this location in East Point, Georgia, in Atlanta, or if this location in Georgia, and it was there as of 9:30 this morning, I've paid for all of your layaways for Christmas, he said. I know it's hard times and a lot of people are struggling. I'm just really grateful to be able to be in the position to do this. So go get your stuff. Merry Christmas.
See, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to buy my family, just make my family comfortable and then help other fucking people.
Yeah, like he bought Tiffany Haddish, like.
He bought her a Tesla.
Yeah.
And she didn't believe it. And she like, but I'm about to go look.
Right. I love her. Did you see the little clip that her, Just Hilarious, and Blame It On Quay did together? It's just like great acting. I love it. And I love that it's like these big name stars are all just coming together
on Instagram.
Did you see all that shit that happened with Just Hilarious?
I'll
show the commercial
first.
first.
I'll be paying attention.
It's just with the mess, and my news is real. The other day, Kanye West.
You are not CNN. Ain't nobody tuning in this late.
Hey, bitch, ain't nobody coming to see you this late with all that dumbass makeup on your face.
Shut up and scoot over.
No, I don't want to scoot over.
Hey, bitch.
Hey, Sis.
Hey, Jess.
Oh, we cool.
Sis, what's wrong with you? What's up?
I'll tell you what's not up, the likes on my Instagram pics, because you ain't liking shit.
Bitch, first of all, I don't even be on Instagram like that.
She definitely lying. She just like my last 4 posts. Don't even believe her.
You didn't even like the picture of Oprah.
Damn, you don't like Oprah?
No, girl, if it's that serious, I can like your shit right now. Ain't your name Tiffany Haddish on Instagram? Bitch, why you not popping up?
Because you blocked.
Damn, bitches is blocked.
So since we want to base our relationship off a like, bitch, you can double tap your ass at my house.
Not a problem.
You can double tap your ass out too, bitch.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm just with the mess, and my news is real, bitch. Good evening.
It's so funny because it's like Jess was very funny in that clip, and I'm like, damn, she really, really knows.
And
how
it was
to
like
act.
natural.
Yeah,
that's natural.
It's really good, but Just Hilarious was dating, which was so stupid. Like, what the fuck? But I mean, man, good story. She was dating Country Wayne, he's also famous on Instagram. Like, she has 4 million, he has like 1.2 million. He's another comedian or whatever. And she broke up with Chris, that trifling nigga. And then she started dating Country Wayne. And then they were like really bagging Jess because he's still married, but he's going through a divorce. He was separated, but separated isn't divorce.
Nope.
But so she was all like, this nigga ain't with her, but this nigga Country Wayne has like 10 children. Yeah, all ranging from ages of like 15 to 1. Yeah. So he was married to his most recent baby mama.
Oh, most recent
baby mama.
Okay, so he has multiple.
And this nigga's young.
Fuck.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that Ayanla video where she's talking to the men about how many kids they have between all of them and how like black men always be having all these fucking kids all over the place
that they can't be in their lives for.
I'm so tired of it.
It was like 62 kids amongst 5 men. Yes. I remember that shit. Yeah.
I'm tired.
Man, yeah. So he has like 9, 10, and this nigga's like barely 30. Like, I don't know his exact age, but he's barely 30. And they were all going on Jess like, da-da-da, and she was all like, I mean, I'm not tripping. I'm still single. She was like, I'm just talking to this nigga, but he ain't with her. So,
yeah.
You know, cool. And so then she started showing him more or whatever, and like being out more. And then like, I know she's been working. She was on the Rel show and I watched that. So she went and bought 2 cars on the same day cash. Like, I was like, bitch, you're making money. I mean, she tours though. She tours a lot, and tours be making a lot.
Yeah, that's where most people get their money.
First of all, I was like, I'm really considering being an investor, like a promoter who pays for the venue and has people come, and then you get a cut of that shit. Because instead of starting a business, which we know is $80,000 to $1 million, getting a venue for a night is like $10,000 to $20,000. It's just
not bad.
Right. That's more of a reasonable investment. And so I was like looking into that, and just like, I'm gonna contact like a couple promoters that I know and be like, okay, what exactly is the thing here? Because I'm like, this is fun. And then all the comedians that are on Instagram that are trying to blow up, it's like, this is a great time to secure them, because all they're doing is trying to tour. They're making good money touring. So it's like, that was just a thought. But so she was dating him or whatever. She bought 2 cars. She bought a brand new Mercedes and then a brand new truck. It was like a Hyundai or something like that. And then I remember she had moved into a new house like a couple months before that. And like, I mean, she makes money, so I never thought anything of it. And then and then her birthday is the day before Valentine's Day, and he's not able to be there, but she's aware. So he like posts something cute for her, like, sorry I couldn't be there, da 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 da. And then like she posts something cute Valentine's Day, she posts something cute about him, and then she deletes everything about him, and then she posts like, welp, and like that it's over, because the baby moms posted a picture like chilling on the couch of him on the couch over there, like the adjacent couch, like laying up smiling, and that's all we saw. So I'm like, I don't know if that means he's cheating. He also has children with her. So I'm like, just know something that we don't. That's all I was thinking, because it wasn't coming out, and I was like, just know something that we don't, because she would not leave a nigga for beach. He's not near her. His kids are in the house, so you can't break up with him for that, especially for the nigga who has 9 kids. Like, you can't get mad at a nigga for that. And then and she was really like, she was like, tour tonight, I'll see you tonight, Raleigh, North Carolina, you know, like boop boop.
Back to money.
Did her shows. She's still doing shows, has not stopped, every single day since. And then he posted a video kind of like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, I was just chilling at my baby mom house, like my kids are here, like, so all these people talking about blah, 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 blah. He did the same video when Jess was getting like harassed for dating a married man. He was like, I'm not with my wife. We are getting a divorce. Like, me and Jess are cool. We're not in a you know, like, he did that for her. So for him to do that again after, I'm like, okay, this man is full of shit. That's why he has 10 kids. He is full of shit. So the story keeps going. And then Jess is like, when their Shade Room's posting about it, Jess is just posting like hearts and like, you know, like, I'm out, like, bitch, I don't give a fuck, you know. And then the baby mama posts in the comment section, while he's out here talking about I'm not with her, whatever, she says he was telling her like, don't give up on him, there's still a chance for them too, and that he's with Jess because she just got a Netflix deal, which we don't know about, but we had to find out that way. She just got a Netflix deal, and he was staying with her to try to get in on the show of the Netflix deal, since they're both comedians. And I guess it's a comedian show. It has to be something related to what they do.
Shit.
Yeah, mind you, he bought her that house, and we had no idea this whole time.
What?
And they were gambling when they went on vacation together. He paid for their vacation. When they were gambling, she won $26,000. And she was like, yep, he gave me that 26. So, like, she was like, I got the money. She was like, oh, the house is in my name.
Oh, she just played it smart. Whatever.
Yeah, she played it.
Shit, whatever. She probably knew he was on some bullshit.
He's full of shit. He has
like,
10 kids.
She can't, like, I don't think she would be that dumb, like, that fast again. Like, you know?
because I was so worried about her. So when I saw this going on, I felt bad at first. But then when I was like, oh, you got the house in your name. Good girl. She's our age, by the way. And I'm like, okay, good. The cars are in her name. Like, the cars are actually her money, too. And then she gambled this nigga, and he actually gave her the $26,000.
Yeah, that's a couple of payments on her mortgage.
Nigga.
Shit.
Nigga, he bought it. There's no mortgage.
Like he bought
the house.
Oh.
He bought in Baltimore. I always say it because that's how she says it.
How he gonna say he was just with her to get in on the deal if he buying a bitch a house?
He was trying to get in on Netflix because Netflix makes people very famous.
So he was gonna buy her a house in hopes
he was trying to make her fall in love so that she never leaves. So whatever, because she's blowing up.
See, this is why you can't be happy with niggas buying you shit.
This is why
don't base love on that.
Nigga.
Don't base love on what a nigga buys.
She was so smart about it, and it's like we don't know if she went home. She was boss about the shit, but we don't know if she went home and cried about it. But she was boss about the shit.
I would be understandably like upset about that situation too. Still,
yeah, me too.
I get some bullshit, but it's just like if a nigga got 10 kids and multiple baby moms, something ain't adding.
He was fucking all of them, which means he's down to fuck any of them. Plus, he was telling the baby moms like, we might work out, like don't give up on me. We might like don't. It's never too late. Like. While he's with Jeff.
Also, this is why you can't be fooled by a good dick.
Yeah,
because I feel like that was probably there's no way.
And he has hazel eyes.
Ain't shit and serving bad dick and you letting him cheat.
That's why I think Future has good dick.
Oh yeah,
but he also has hazel eyes, and you know how girls begin,
hypnotized
chocolate with them. Yeah, chocolate with the light.
I don't know. His dick might be mediocre. Future, because he does drugs. Bitches just want his money.
That's very true. Yeah,
and like drug people that do drugs are alcoholics. They don't really get hard and stay hard.
And right.
So
in the songs of his that I like, he's just like, yeah, if you get with me, you don't worry about being faithful. I'll buy you a $250,000 necklace.
For sure. I'm gonna keep that shit on ice and pawn it when I need to.
Right.
Thanks. You think I'm about to wear it?
I pawn that shit immediately.
I might wear it once to show you that I liked it.
Pawn that shit and say it got stolen.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it got stolen a year later too, so you ain't looking for it. So that shit's gone. I'm gonna pay off my goddamn student loan,
right?
Debt free and have cash.
Man, so I was thinking the other day. I was like, how much money would I need to be able to pay off all my debt, be cool, and like buy a house and start a business? And I was thinking about it, and I was just like, well, for like the house, you just need the down payment. My debt is a certain amount. I was like, it'd probably be like my debt is so high, right, bitch? I
did the number in my head.
It just hurts thinking about it. Like mine's not too bad, thank the Lord. But I was like, it would probably be like $300,000 to $400,000. 300 to 400K for everything to be Gucci.
Mine was right in there, and I was thinking, imagine like being Cardi B and getting your first big check, and it's like that's the one that's like
clean slate.
Now your
slate is clean, like
I was literally, because I'm like, it would take 300 to 400,000, which rich people make all the time,
easily. And it's just like no, I'm about to make that shit.
I know.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it because there's no way I'm about to have this shit all my life and be comfortable with
full
it.
Confidence.
Especially when I'm like this age right now. Like, there's no fucking reason why I can't go get that shit.
Yeah.
And honestly, it doesn't even matter what age it is. Like, you can go and get that shit.
Yeah.
You just have to be about your shit.
Yeah.
And don't waste your fucking time.
Yeah.
Just like that video I was talking about last time. Rich people hate having their time wasted.
Yeah.
I fucking hate having my time wasted.
And find some shit you like doing. Because then people who don't like their job, that shit don't never work. It's like you either leave or you're miserable. Mm-hmm. And it's like having full wealth, we also want to be happy. So it's like I'm not willing to have full wealth and be
unhappy.
Right.
Because if that's the case, like I could have done things already to have a lot more money than I already have.
Right.
But I would be miserable. I would just have a lot of fucking money. I would be living in San Francisco doing my job there because they pay a lot bread.
But it's because the housing expense.
It's the housing is high, but I would live like with my fucking cousin or some shit.
Yeah, in Oakland. Why don't you want to go somewhere?
There? Because I don't want to be miserable.
But isn't it the same job or no?
It's the same job but worse.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like it's really bad. Like you could work a 24-hour case regularly.
Ew. Oh yeah, San Fran.
Yeah. They have like trauma hospitals. They do like all those intense craniotomies for tumors, like tumor resections. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not about that life. They do scoliosis procedures out the ass because they have a children's hospital. So that's like a 12-hour day minimum. Ooh. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the call schedule is trash. Because one of my coworkers used to work up there, and she was telling me how she would work 24-hour shifts regularly. And she said she would get off and just go in her car and cry. And I was like, girl, I would do the same shit. And so she was like, yeah, I had to quit for my sanity. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. That's if you're going to if you're going, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
she's my coworker that's like, she got hella fucking hustles. And like,
I
like
girl.
her. Yeah, I fucking like her. And like, I need to talk to her more. And like, she told me how she's coming out with a book and shit. And I'm like, okay, bitch.
Yeah. I'm actually going to hit up those people I met and be like, do you guys have
you got openings?
What's the pay rate here?
So where can I get in?
Everyone that I know who trims weed is super like low key. You can't. You have to have a connection to get in the first place. But they all pay so well just for sitting and trimming weed. First of all, free weed all day. And then it's like, I think this girl said, what'd she say? Like, I've heard 15 an hour. I've heard 20 an hour. I'm like, damn.
I would just work along. I don't care for that.
Like, literally, you just need to see how much money you need and just stay there until you hit that number.
Yeah.
And it's under the table, no tax. So it's like, you're making. If it's 25 an hour and you work 8 hours, you're getting 200 cash in 8 hours. Yeah, it's like.
I just think about all these jobs in addition to my job. And it's just like, Ash, you don't need to have more than one job again, but you kind of do.
With the job you have, that's very difficult. Like,
it could work when I'm out of school. That's the only thing. Like,
yeah.
If I'm out of school, because I've had, like, my work schedule is really irregular. So it's just like, I need a job that I could go to irregularly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because without school, it's just, my schedule is not that busy. But with school, like.
Yeah, when I start working like those 9 to 5 jobs that are Monday to Friday again, I'm gonna have to remove my availability like and tell them I can only work like Friday, Saturday. But it's like that's the only reason why is because like I'll just be like I can only work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday can't work until after 5, like. And
then you'll be tired.
Yeah. My coworker told me she was like, if you do that, you need to like call off every couple of Saturdays so you can rest. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
And you need to make sure you're like taking ginger shots and vitamin C and all that so you don't get sick. Ooh, bitch, you gonna need a schedule. Whoa.
I'm already like modeling my kitchen after like everything I want. Like I want a specific blender. I'm like, I want a specific what the fuck? Coffee maker.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what else can go in a kitchen?
Yeah. I was like, I want specific things, like just so, because I'm like, I need the right blender, because not having the right blender is like a huge. Yeah. It's just so annoying. Yeah. So it's like I might as well spend the money on a quality blender with a warranty, because them bitches like to break
Ninjas
all the time.
Are great.
Yeah. I've been looking at
My
the
mom
Ninjas
got
a lot. It's like stuff like that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take days off to do that. Okay. And then the topic.
Jussie, did you hear the update?
Ashley, I'm so upset.
But I'm trying to think, like, did we feel bad for him? What did we say?
We felt bad.
We've been bamboozled. We've been played. This is some bullshit. Like, what's the truth? What are we doing here? How is it going for him? Didn't he say it was 2 masked men? And didn't he say they were white yelling slurs?
MAGA country.
And then now it's 2 African niggas that were saying they were paid.
Quick side note. Yesterday at the restaurant, I had to serve a guy with a Make America Great Again hat on. I was nicer to him than anyone else that evening, just to show that we are better. But we're going to get back to, and my boss at the time was a gay man. So he was just like.
He really felt away.
Everybody was like, Nina, how's it going? Everybody just stopped like, are you okay? I was like.
I'm like, you know what? Take over my table.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right. I need the tips.
And it was me.
Okay, you can't say I don't know.
I mean. Okay, first of all, I realized that once we start working specific jobs, we're gonna have to go back through every fucking episode and bleep more stuff.
Yeah. I thought about that too, because I was like, when I said like some things about like another podcast, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what if we go on there?
Shout out to all y'all that have heard us before the bleeping, because it's like, fuck that.
I might not bleep it.
We're gonna have to bleep just so much, like, cause
but is it?
You're gonna have to bleep out drug use. You're gonna have to bleep out everything.
I mean,
when we get further in our careers, I was just thinking about that, especially if I start teaching. It's like I have to start bleeping
bitch.
Next month.
Damn.
Yeah, I have to go through and download and bleep. Yeah, that's my stomach's growling. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Level of stress.
Yeah.
But yeah, like apparently he lied, and it was 2 black people. Or like what? What's the truth?
He hired these 2 guys were extras on Empire. He hired 2 black people to fake an assault, so that he can become the gay Tupac. And that's why.
Wait a second.
So the whole assault was fake. The whole thing was staged. He did it during Black History Month. Mind you, today, because yesterday his comments were not turned off, today his comments are all turned off on his entire page.
He's done.
I read his comments. They were going in. But yeah, the FBI is like, so like the FBI like was, I felt like a neck rolling when the FBI was talking, because they were like, they were really like, so he came in with a sandwich after the assault. He was walking in normal with they caught him on another camera walking normal with a sandwich in his hand, and then they were saying all this other stuff like, this nigga wasted our time. Like,
and that's a crime.
It is a crime.
Them niggas is the number one people that will charge you for wasting their time.
You think you can fake something in the FBI?
It's gonna be like, all right, cool, bet.
This happened. No. Obviously, and then people study wounds. So clearly his wounds didn't even match to the type of assault that he talked about. Yeah. And then they caught other footage of the black guys walking away, and they found the two black guys because they're the fucking FBI. Yeah. And the black guys were like, shit, this is what happened. They've completely ratted it. The whole reason the story came out is because the two black guys who were pretending to be white guys were like, I'm not trying to get in trouble. This is what happened.
No.
Two Nigerian dudes, too.
Yeah.
Like Nigerian American guys. Yeah. And because they were like big and black or whatever. And they said that he hired them to do that shit. Yeah, the whole thing is fake. This guy ruined his entire career for the possibility that this big story would make him more famous. He just became famous.
Like, dude, just take your time and ride the wave.
He has 3 million followers.
Why you gotta go out here and make this lie up? And then have people feeling bad for you. Hella people were posting for you. Like, when people get played like that, they stop supporting you. And you literally had the entire black Instagram posting for your ass.
Everybody was posting.
It was the entire
I
black
thought he
Instagram.
died.
Me too.
Remember
I was like, ooh, this nigga dead. Like,
he died?
Fam.
Yeah. He had everyone posting for him, putting his picture up. This is why the fuck I can't do. And I'm like,
I don't know if he gonna. I don't know how he gonna recover.
He lied to everybody.
Because black people already don't really like gay people.
And remember,
so
he was trying not to give up his phone records because he didn't trust them. He wasn't giving it up because
he couldn't.
He was on the phone with the niggas who jumped him.
Yeah. And he known it. If you're gonna plan a crime, please be smarter about it.
And you know what he gave to the police? Edited version of the records. Like, that's why it took 2 weeks, because he went through and edited out.
That's another crime.
That's a crime. So
you really think this nigga really thought he was smarter than the FBI?
He tricked everyone.
He could trick the public because we ain't got the records.
I forgot his name because I'm going to call him Lucius. What's his actual name?
Lucius? Oh, you mean Terrence Howard?
Terrence Howard, because we know him as Lucius. And in the video, he sounded like Lucius. Even Terrence Howard made a video like, we do not condone this. I'm with my brother. Da, 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 da. And it's like, so you have your castmates also believing some. Who in your life knows it was fake? Was it just you and those two guys? Because that's what it seems like, and that's why it was executed so retarded.
Oh my God, they're gonna find a way to kill him on the show now.
Yeah,
he gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep. Or they just gonna replace him like they did on video.
I forgot what Empire said something too.
Oh Lord, like, cause how do you recover from that? If anything, I would just be like, look, reduce my pay. But please keep me on the show. Please allow me to recover from this. Because there's nothing else you can do from this point on other than to, like, fucking beg.
Yeah.
Like, beg and grovel at whoever's knees you need to beg at and apologize. Because you really embarrassed everybody.
Right.
You embarrassed yourself, most of all, but you embarrassed all the other people, like, you involved with yourself with doing that big of a lie.
That just kills me.
Like,
it
and
really,
he knows
like,
how tense things are right now. And you gonna pull this bullshit in Black History Month? They're laughing at us, bro.
I'm trying to look up the Empire statement, but obviously it's just talking
These
about
niggas probably
Jussie.
Deleted it.
I know, right? They probably took it back.
Like, we recant our statements about this nigga.
Yeah.
Hashtag he lying, Your Honor.
It's all about Jussie. Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
Yeah, he really did that. He really did that, guys. That really happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm real embarrassed. I'm glad I didn't post nothing about these niggas. That's why I'm be like so slow sometimes to post stuff about people.
I mean, I don't post shit about nothing because all of it's Like one of my
That
friends
shit
said, all of
fake.
it's full of shit.
That shit fake.
All of it's full of shit.
And that's why I can't be on there. I feel like everybody's like, it's like I go on there sometimes because like I'm like, okay, let me get some entertainment. But then it's like gets to a certain point where you get too much because it's like people are real life fucking acting on their Instagram. Like like they're being quote normal, but these niggas is real life acting on their Instagram. So I'm just like, yo,
people really buy
I can't
name brands just to have it in their picture.
Yeah.
I'm over it. It's really, that's why it's like you literally have to watch Instagram for whatever entertains you, and it kind of starts to curate after a while too. So now like mine is a ton of dancing.
Oh, mine's
pages.
a lot of hair.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking hair.
mine's a lot of dancing, like, and to the point where sometimes I'm like, is there something else on
right.
here?
Sometimes
I'm
like, let me click the shit at the top.
Yeah, I click something that's not dancing so that it gives me something else.
Right.
But okay, and then I just saw like a clip of the Cardi Tatiana remix, which is funny because
Cardi got a Grammy.
Oh yeah,
Wait, it's a Grammy, right?
Yeah, it's a Grammy.
Yeah, okay, she got a fucking Grammy.
What's a female rap artist?
I don't know which one she got. I just know the bitch got one.
She's gotten so famous so fast.
Whoa! And she's gotten so much better so fast.
I know.
And you saw how she came out with her comments because she was mad about how people were talking about like, why is all sit there? Like, at the end of the day, that's still her fucking husband. She made her fucking choice.
You guys.
You have no option but to either support it or be out. You can't say anything at this point.
It does annoy me when people are like, why is he there? But
did you see how fucking awkward he was looking?
He was just like, Cardi is everything and I'm her slave because I'm gonna stay with her. Charlamagne was like, that's the face of a man who ain't cheat no more, who knew that. He's like, that's the face of a man who knew that he almost lost the best thing that ever happened to him and he will never take that chance again. I was like, okay, good, that's what that face means, because he was standing
embarrassed
there like, he was just like humble.
Yes, he
that was his humble face.
Embarrassed.
But it's like Cardi did talk about how like when some people were taking too long to send in their feature, he was calling them personally like, bro, my wife.
See, like, I feel like he supports her, but then at the end of the day, he's young.
He's young as
and
fuck.
he's still caught up in himself, and he's caught up in fame. Like, I don't know why people act like that shit doesn't happen. Like, people in real life get caught up in fame all the time.
The benefit about Cardi is she was a hood bitch before all this shit, and she was getting cheated on by regular niggas. So her getting cheated on
by a rich,
it don't hurt as much for her that it does for the regular person, because this bitch is a hard bitch, and I've been saying that.
Yeah, and she was saying like how people were like, well, Cardi, you're still young, go out and like date somebody else, like just find somebody else. And she was like, honey, like, it's not that easy. She was like, I'm famous, like I am a famous person, like I just can't go out there and just go date anybody. She was like, and I also have a kid, so it's like it's not just me, it's not just Cardi. She's like, it's me and culture, like it's Cardi and culture, like we come as a package. And so
that's
like,
true.
I
it's
get
like,
that
she is famous enough to where it's even the famous niggas are gonna be trifling, you know. And it's like, I get that, but it's like, I would like to see her date other people, just like Beyonce. It's like, I would have loved to see Beyonce be with someone else, because you knew that the next nigga Beyonce was with was about to be something else. Yeah. I just felt it in my, like, that's that shit I feel in my spirit, where I'm like, girl, you don't fucking know, because you dated Jay-Z and he fucked you over and you left, and you're fucking Beyonce, nigga. You're going to get the creme de la creme, and he's going to be fucking amazing, and he's going to be fine. It's
like, clearly in these situations, like, maybe there's more of a benefit to staying than to leaving. Like, you know how you like get your paper and you write down like, which one, like, what's the best? There's like, and then if there's more pros, it's like, at the end of the day, you're going to go with the situation that's for one. If the situation that with more pros is more comfortable, like, you're just going to fucking do it. Like, especially when there's kids involved.
That's what I was gonna say. The biggest deciding factor is like, if the father of my child is willing to work it out with me and really willing to work, I'd rather stay with the father of my child. So that makes perfect sense.
I'm not just gonna straight up give up. Like,
and marriage is different.
And especially if you don't even feel like you were trying to begin with. Like, because I know some people do like little things. I'm like, well, I tried. And it's just like, you honestly didn't give all your effort. You were probably still being stubborn. You were probably still being petty. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you really want your relationship to work, like, you cannot be petty. Like, that shit does not work.
You can't.
Like, me and Rashad, like, were really about to have an argument the other day, and he's like, man, stop being petty. And I was just like, all right, yeah, you right, whatever. And so, like, we real life just talked it out instead of like being mad about it and just like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to you because you didn't want to talk to me earlier because you was mad. Like, no, just fucking talk to the nigga, like, and get it over with.
Exactly.
But, you know, that's what happens when we don't have that fucking emotional building and learning how to have fucking interactions. You know, just bringing it all, tying that shit all together.
I was thinking all hard. I was like, where'd this come from? And it was from the Cardi Tatiana.
Yeah.
And I just saw it, and it's like,
I didn't watch it yet.
yeah, she
I'm
looks
sad.
great.
I know she did. I seen a clip. I was like,
Yeah,
"Look at Tia
she's so
Party."
brown in that video. First
I
of all, her
love it.
daughter's getting browner too,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, her skin color's coming in. I don't know how dark she's gonna get, but she's gonna be a little
I hope she
little
chocolate.
caramel thing.
I want a chocolate
Yeah,
baby.
she's already chocolate. Like if you look at her story, you're gonna be
Really?
like, oh, like I really was like, oh, Culture, because then Cardi put her hand in. I was like, oh, Culture got a lot darker. Like, yeah, she's super cute.
That's so funny how babies, like black babies or ethnic babies, really got to gain that color.
They-
And like it happens over time. Like that's crazy.
Gain
And
their
always,
color.
Yeah, and I always thought my nephew Carter, like after he turned 2, I thought he would get color. Because after I turned 2, I got color.
Yeah.
But Carter literally just stayed light skinned.
He's light.
He's light as fuck.
He feels,
Not Donnie. Nasir, light as fuck.
yeah,
But Ava might be darker.
yeah.
Thank God. We need somebody chocolate.
I don't never listen to the full Tatiana song. I only listen to the chorus because that song gets
Oh,
my nerves.
I listened to the whole thing. with
Him
Shy.
rapping after her verse, I was like, this nigga don't even. He's just talking.
That's why I was like, if Nina hears this, she is gonna be fucking pissed with how he raps.
What the fool is this guy?
Yeah.
Like I was just looking at him too. Like, who is this guy? Like, what? Why is he
A
famous?
cute hood nigga with the good hair, good skin, and straight ass teeth. Like I was telling you, the hood nigga complex. You see that shit? It's over.
He got one hit.
Yep.
Hopefully,
But
didn't
he
win
like have hella YouTube videos because Rashad and I remember I told you we got caught up watching them.
Yeah.
Like he has like a few
Oh, yeah.
videos on YouTube, but of course all his flows fucking suck.
Yeah, but to have, I mean, this song's such a big hit that Nicki Minaj made a remix to
Her
it,
shit sucked.
and then
I just want to reiterate
Cardi
that.
made a remix, and
And
he
it-
made a music video with it, and he was there with her.
My chest. Oh my god.
Like he was.
What does that mean?
That shit made me,
Oh.
because I was watching it, and then at the end I was like, hold up, wait. Like I really was just like, he chose Cardi.
Yes.
Well,
But the clip I heard of her verse, like when she posted on her Instagram saying that it was about to happen, I was like, oh fuck. Like if Nicki had rapped like this, niggas would have been on it. Like, cause I was listening to Cardi's flow. I was like, oh, this
I
is
like
it
Cardi's
right here.
flow.
I was like, yo, this
she's
is it.
flow. I don't know if she's writing herself
But
yet.
it's getting better.
Her flow is like,
Yeah.
I like her flow. Like,
It's because she's, I feel like she's honestly, truly practicing because she's really working hard.
Her Grammy performance, like there was just a little bit where she was off beat, barely anything, but I was like, it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
And I was thinking about it the other day, to get up on a stage and perform, that shit is hard. Like,
yes.
and that's why it's like when people are bad at it, it's just like, well, that's what comes with the territory when you're first starting. Like you really have to practice this shit.
She's practicing. That's crazy watching her, because she, first of all, her accent when it comes to rapping, she's just so Hispanic. Like she made, like I genuinely consider her black, and I genuinely consider her Hispanic, and she has such a Hispanic accent that it's hard for her to get rid of that shit. But it's like she's doing so well. I can't help but to be proud.
Right.
She's making so much money.
Yep.
She's so rich. And
Yep.
and you know, sometimes
That
people
house
get
she
it at
just bought?
26. Oh, what house did she get?
Did you see this house that she's been in recently?
Yeah.
That one? That shit's
Oh,
baller.
fuck.
I think she said she had just bought it. It was like at the beginning of the year. I remember seeing something on her Instagram.
Oh shit.
And that house is baller. And I only seen like 2 rooms. That's all I need to see to know it's baller. And then I see glimpses of the rooms like when she makes videos.
I'm gonna be there soon.
Right?
I really am gonna like create a small investment group and start doing that little tour thing, because it's like I know so many fucking like I know so many people
Make
who
it
could be doing
happen.
this shit.
Shit.
No one's gonna steal my idea though.
Because people are lazy.
And
They're
they
not going
got-
to put in the work.
They're not gonna put in the work or the money.
Niggas don't got it.
Because the reason I decided to like think about it is because I was like, I can afford that.
Mhm.
The other stuff me and Ashley talked about, that shit costs so much money. We
You
have
need
to
a
wait.
business before
Yeah,
it, or
like-
just save for years.
We have to wait. Like that's some shit we cannot do immediately. But yeah, let me see. I think that was the only.
Me too. Cardi getting her Grammy. Word.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
pretty
and then
cool.
Drake got one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know which one he got. And then I know like the whole Mac Miller thing, like whatever.
What happened with Mac Miller?
Like they were both in the Cardi and him were in the same category, and they were saying like how some of the family members were a little disappointed he didn't get it, but it's just like,
Yeah, they were, but his family did say if Mac doesn't get it, give it. I will hope Cardi gets it, and so they were like, so we're gonna choose Cardi.
Yeah, like everybody wins.
Yeah,
everybody eats B.
Yeah, she looks great. Whoever her stylist, styled by Colin, he does every single outfit she wears, he picks it. He's killing it. He's just
on it.
Follow style, like he's amazing. He's styled by Colin.
I want to like do like one of those like, you know, those things that people do on Instagram. Sometimes I've been seeing like the little outfits like where they put them together. I want to do that shit just so I could know like when I get money, bitch, you gonna buy this, you gonna wear this.
What do you mean?
It's just like literally the clothes and like the accessories, and it's just like a picture of it, and then they show you where they bought it from, so like you can get the outfit yourself.
Where do you see this on
Instagram? Maybe it's just because that's tailored to me.
Is it the shop button where it's like you can press it and it shows a little shop button and it tells you where to find it?
It's not for a store though. It's like somebody's blog. They're like a fashion a stylist, and they'll just put together outfits. Yeah, I could show you it.
That's cool
because I feel like you would want to see it too.
You see how OJ's friends were all at
Thrash's place?
Thrash's, styled by Thrash.
It's a pop-up shop.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool. Is it? I thought it was a long term.
No, he was saying that there was like a pop-up shop for something that day.
Oh,
it's not like his shop
like
is
a pop-up
permanent.
Event. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a pop-up. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh, they're all getting styled by him. Cool.
Did you see what's on that thing? Oh,
no,
fuck.
No.
Fuck. Let me find it. But I don't know. You ready for a commercial break? I can show you after. Okay. Hey guys, interrupting the program very quickly to bring you guys a Black business shout out. This week we bring to you Ruva Afric Wear. You can find them on Instagram at Ruva, RUVA_AFRIC_wear, WEAR. And you can also find them on their website, www.ruvaafricwear.com. So this brand is a cute little African-based business. They have all the African prints you can find on there. They even have workout gear, they have hats, they have accessories, they even have paintings for your home. And they offer men's and women's clothing. So if you are feeling a little inspired to get back in touch with your culture, especially since it's Black History Month, or if you just want to stay in touch with it all the time, hit up Ruva Afric Wear. You can find them on Instagram at Ruva_Afric_wear or on their website, www.ruvaafricwear.com.
Okay, so I have a topic because knowing my personality, like when I don't like situations or jobs, I really am like, I'm gonna go. And before we started taping, I was like, thank God I saved my money, because every single time it was a situation where I got laid off, or I'm sure I've left other jobs in the past. I'm trying to think of the ones that I've actually left, because those been my only 2 jobs since. Oh yeah, I left working in a restaurant. It's like whenever I leave a job, first of all, it's crazy to even leave a job and not have money. Like that.
That's just stupid.
That doesn't even balance right in my head, because how?
Like, save a few checks before you do that.
And I know people who are doing that, and I get it. You hate your job, but I'm like, you are already, while working, about to sink, and then you're gonna leave because you don't like your situation.
That don't make sense.
That gives me stress. Like, it makes my chest hurt. And so it's like, I don't plan on, I just work in a restaurant right now. I want to start teaching, right? And so it's like, I don't necessarily want to leave my profession, but it's just like, I like having the security blanket. And so, like, remember how when we were interviewing with Pretty Fly Society and all them, I was talking about how, like, I had an HR issue where I was getting harassed at work. So I did what you're supposed to do, which is go to your manager first, tell them what's going on. And then I remember they set up a meeting. Remember I told you, with like the director, and then me and my manager and her manager. And I was like, yes, okay, cool. I did the right thing. Like, this is what you're supposed to do when someone is harassing you. And that is like, when someone's telling you that they're interacting with the devil, I'm a little bit more frightened than the average person who is like a guy who's like hitting on you at work.
Yeah, like, I could deal with that.
Yeah, the devil, someone who participates with the devil is a little scarier.
You need to fire her.
Right. And so, and like I said, I was like, coincidentally, a couple months later, I got laid off with the girl. Like, even though other people got laid off, which their circumstances were also very weird, but but it was just like,
y'all was first.
Yeah. I was like, very coincidental. Like, but it's also a learning experience of how corporate is and how they treat you. And so it's like, find myself in the same situation now, not like bad, not nearly as bad, but it's like, I'm going to bleep some of this stuff out so that I can talk smoothly, and then I'll just bleep out whatever could hurt me. And it's like, I don't like one of the temp managers we have right now. And it's gone, and it's like me, it takes a lot to like, you know, emotionally affect me at this point. And so it's like, I don't like her, but I don't show it. And it's like, she doesn't like me, but she shows it, and she's a manager.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to do that. And then, so basically it's like, if people make mistakes, she's only pointing out mine. Yeah. And then if someone's like
basketball coach like that, I did not like that bitch.
And if someone's missing a step of service, she only points out mine. And then she says little things, and I'm just like, I had an interaction with her. I've had multiple interactions with her, and I'm always, like I said, I had a guy with a MAGA hat, and I was extra nice to him. And so the same thing. It's like, when I don't like people and they sit there, I'm like, okay, great. Yeah. And so it's like getting on her nerves, and I'm like, oh, you need me to do that? Yeah, let's go. Like, yeah. I like, you know, that crazy white guy Tanner, like, yeah, dude. Yeah. So I turn into that person with people I don't like, especially in professional situations, because the opposite is terrible. And so it's like, I think that irritates her, that I'm so unbothered. It's like, I am bothered by you, that we have to be in each other's presence. That does bother me, but nothing really hits me to the core anymore. And so it was like, yesterday, I had an interaction with her where I was like really over it. She was really rude, and she was trying to get a rise out of me in the way she was talking, and I could tell. And that's when I was like, good thing I saved my money, because I'm about to report her for harassment.
Damn.
Yeah. And like, I told first of all, I didn't even know that people didn't like her. I just spoke up to my close friends at work and found out everyone hates her.
That's usually how it goes.
So I was like, okay, so I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
That's the first basis you have to get down. Is like, am I crazy? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Like, am I tripping? And before I even said anything, because I just said I don't like her, then they spoke up about the things I don't like about her. So I said, okay, I'm not crazy.
It's real.
She is that way, and I don't like it. And so, yesterday at work, I asked when certain things managers have to swipe for. And so I was like, can you swipe for gift card, whatever? And she doesn't say anything. She just looks at me and then walks to the computer, doesn't say anything. Yeah. And then she finishes it and doesn't say, okay, I'm done or anything, just closes the computer and just walks away. And then she looks at the next girl and she's like, hey girl, you're a manager. Okay, cool.
Girl, the fuck up.
I'm good. So I was like, I hit up my close friends at work. I said, give me that hotline number. I'm about to call for harassment. And like I said, like I had to tell people on that. That's a really sad thing that I had to say on that episode where LA is like, I'm sorry, but you might not be able to tell your HR department that you're being harassed. Yeah. I'm really sorry. You might get fired. Like, this is the world we live in. This is capitalism. They can twist it on you and say something else happened and then not get a lawsuit, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I had to preface with the whole thing of like, thank God I saved my money if I lose a job, because I'm going to report this person, because what I wrote down on my phone is like, I'm sick of people having to tolerate poor behavior at work. And I understand one of my boss's boss had to tell me like, yeah, sometimes you're going to get disrespected by your managers. Disrespect is not okay.
That's
and
not.
I know that it happens all the time. And I know that I'm a millennial and I think I need better. And
no,
it's not okay, period.
We just need to learn how to treat people with respect.
As a manager, you're going to get annoyed hella times.
All the time.
She's the only bad manager I've had, but we've had other managers all have to deal with all the same issues. They handle it differently because they know it's not like, first of all, they don't involve their emotions. One, and then if they correct you and they're telling you, there's a way you talk to them is like, just remember, you need to make sure that you get this first. And you hear it in their voice, like, I'm telling you something, you need to be listening. Yeah. But it's not like, you're clearly struggling because da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You know what? That happened to me when I worked at Edible Arrangements, and I almost cussed the bitch out. Like, it took everything in me. And then I remember after that, I was just hella nice to her too. And then you could tell they feel bad. Like, they're like, oh shit, like I was really just a bitch. I'm like, I didn't have to be. Yeah. And it's just like, but they're still gonna keep doing it because they have too much fucking pride to be like, look, let me just check myself, treat her like I treat everybody else,
Yeah.
and let's go on with it.
Mind you, she's a temp manager. She doesn't actually hold a manager's position. She's going to go down to my position in just a couple of weeks. But they needed someone because people got fired.
Yeah.
And so she's not even a real manager, which explains why she's so poor at being one. Because
Yeah.
I've had, in my last position where I was handling the laboratory, I had people in the lab that I couldn't stand, and I had people in the lab that were my homie, and I treated them all the same.
Yep.
Because you can't know how I feel about you.
Like when my manager said that, like, she was like, she was talking about one of my coworkers. She's like, yeah, I know that they're your friend. I almost cackled because I was like, bitch, I hate them. Because I was like, but good thing you don't know.
Yeah. And so it's like, it kind of sucks. It's like, I'm going to have to call in. I don't know the number. And people are currently trying to find the number for me because no one can find it. So everyone's like, Nina, we're looking.
Does there, like, the restaurant website have it?
I'm going to look on there. I just looked online and Google searched and nothing popped up. So I'm going to go through the website, but I think it might be on a wall at my job.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
it probably
I don't know
is.
where it is, and no one else knows where it is.
Because don't nobody do that shit.
Right.
Because I know how to call HR.
Yeah.
But, like, if there's another step up higher than that,
There's
I
an
can complain
anonymous
to,
line.
Yeah, I don't know that shit.
And I know that when I call, they're going to know who called because it's only, but I want to call the anonymous line just to be sure that I'm using the word harassment because I'm being harassed at work, and I don't want to be harassed at work. And then it's like, it's just funny because, like I told you the other night, I was like, they don't want me to win. It's like, you guys, it's to the point where people see my checkout and they're like, shit, you sold a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I am. Just because I forgot to pick up a fork. This is okay.
That's when you get angry and you're like, well, I'll pick up the fork and fucking stab you.
This
with
is what
it.
happened.
Like-
She got mad because I didn't pick up some forks. Mind you, they have 2 forks. She just wanted me to pick up the other one. Okay. And then this is the funny thing, because that's why I have those papers out, because I searched through, because she said, oh, you learned this in your training. You learned this. These are elementary steps. It's not in my training manual.
That's when I love doing that. Like, I'm just like,
So, Sweeney, so I'm going to bring
Here,
you some,
honey.
just so you know, Sweeney.
when you need the facts.
I'm going to pull out my cell phone and with the screenshots, like, just so you know, I went through the whole training manual. You can pull out yours too, because you guys have the same copy. It's not in there. Sweetie pie, honey,
so
child.
what were you talking
So
about?
and then it's like when someone makes a mistake, she'll be like to them like, okay, just make sure to. But to me, she'll be like, ugh. Last night I was done, and I really was standing there, and I was just like, I was like, yeah. And I remember at one point I said I wasn't struggling. I was trying to make sure you guys did it right. And she was like, this is struggling. I said, okay, I'm struggling. I just want you to know I'm irritated with you. Don't do this with me. I was like, I don't know what black girl hurt you in your past. But I ain't that black girl.
That's when I just get an attitude.
I caught an attitude.
Like, I really be getting an attitude, but it's just like,
I caught an attitude for the first time. That was my first time
it's
catching
like,
the
it's
attitude.
going to be a while until, like, I'm, like, really fucking, especially at work, because it's like, man, it's work. Like, it's always going to be some bullshit.
Yeah, always.
But then when it's bullshit that's, like, inexcusable, that's when I'm just like, okay.
And mind you, you can be mad at me if I don't pick up my forks, but the girl next to me in my same section didn't pick up her fork. So why didn't you say
So what's
anything to
good?
her? And that's what I'm going to call her out on. I'm just like, just so you know, people next to me were doing the exact same thing and you said nothing to them. This is harassment.
And that reminds me of, like, my job, like, because it's funny, like, certain people do some things, and then it's like, when you try and do them, it's just like, oh, no, you can't do that. Like, that's unacceptable. And you're just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
People, okay. People are really funny, and it's like people forget that karma is real. So because I'm new, I'm one of the newest people there, and even the new people with me, they have been working in restaurants for like 5 years, 10 years. So I am the newest of the new.
Yeah.
And so it's like there's been multiple times where, like, that crazy girl I told you about, but like people will be like, oh, well, like, I think it's just because, like, you're new that they're doing this to you. Whenever they do that, I make a ton of money. And I'm like, that is karma, because this girl, she was trying to feel special. Like, oh yeah, no, that's really, like, 180 isn't that much money. You can really make, that's the day I made $300, by the way. And she was like, it's not really that much. And she was talking all this shit like, well, I guess we're not going to. It gets busy. She gets slammed. She starts falling apart. I end up having to start picking up her tables. Mind you, I'm the new person. The manager said, can I bring someone down? I said, no, I'm good. I'm good, love. Enjoy. and then had it all nothing bad happen, and I was like, made a ton of money. And it's like, because you, and then they have to watch it happen, and I was like, you guys look so dumb. You guys are talking shit about a job that is so small
Stupid.
in the scheme of
Don't
life.
nobody give a fuck about this fucking job.
This shit pays for my fucking food and weed. You know, like, what you guys are acting like some people really like, it's just so weird to me. I'm like, you guys are really like, this is everything to you.
That's how one of my coworkers, and it's like, honey, I don't give a fuck about this job. I don't give a fuck about this fucking job. You could fucking have it.
That's why it's like, that's why it's like, oh, you harassing me? Let me call the number on harassment. Oh, I'm gonna get let go?
Okay.
Oh.
Like, I guess they really be thinking people gonna beg and grovel about shit, and it's just like, okay,
I'm okay.
all right.
Are you okay? Because you look like you working here because you need it.
And it's like, how's business gonna be when I leave? Think about it.
And you know what's so funny? Other people were saying, like, because she's going to go back to being a server, they're like, she probably sucks. And I was like, I know she does. That's how it always is. When she makes mistakes, she acts like nothing happened. Like, and then, yeah, she's one of those people. I was like, girl.
Nah. If I make a mistake at work, I let that shit be known.
I think she's mad because everybody's friends with me.
Yeah, that might be it.
I'm like, that's definitely a possibility.
If you're not a likable bitch, there's not much.
People hate when I don't want to be their friend, but I'm friends with other people. I'm like, but I don't want to be your friend. Isn't people weird?
People are fucking annoying.
I'm weird too. That's why I can't wait to live by myself. Woo! Like I try, like, that's like how we talked about like 5 years ago. You didn't know you'd be where you are now. So that's why I don't stress about my situation now, because I'm like, when I sit down on that couch that day I move in and I'm like, I'm alone. Ooh, that's close. It's right around the corner.
That's why I just be like thinking like, yeah, this is just temporary. Because Rashad and I were talking about how like we could buy a house right now.
Yeah.
But our payment would be stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Having,
and that's the main problem. So it's just like, we really just need to save more so that we could put down a bigger down payment.
Yeah.
Like, and
that
so
payment's so high.
Remember how we were talking about how like when you put down like an extra like $5,000 on your house, like the monthly payment may go down like maybe like $60 and it's like nothing. Mm-hmm. But I was like, well, you got to think about the long term, and like houses are long term investments if you think about it, because you're gonna have that shit for at least 15 to 30 years. Like you're gonna have it no matter what, unless you sell it. So it's just like over time that $60 accounts to thousands of dollars. Like it balances out. Like we did a calculation on like a $400K house, and like if you put down the $78K, like just the 20%, over time the money that you save on your mortgage, like for the entire period that you pay, is your down payment. So you're saving that much money over 30 years.
So you get your down payment back.
Yeah, you get your down payment back because you put that much money in. So it's like your housing payment, like your mortgage payment isn't as high as it could be. So the saved money from that is almost $80K. Like, so it's like it balances out.
It balances out.
You just have to wait for it.
It's just them high payments, because I know exactly what you're talking about. If you put down a regular number, like if you put anything,
down like 5%, like they be offering on these houses.
Yeah. Your
like,
payment is high as
boy,
fuck.
Shit.
And then it's like, you can't even rent it out because it costs too much. Or you can rent it out and make no money off of it.
Like you just be supplementing how much you have to put with it. Like you just be putting less with the money. But I guess it saves you money, but then you still have to have someplace to live.
It's better to get the full down payment, which is fucking
hard.
high, because then if you do want to leave, you could rent it out and make money off of it. But it's like, without that down payment, man. Ooh, boy, shit.
Just think about 20% and just know that shit's like almost $80K.
Yeah.
For any house like in SoCal. Because the end price for a house in SoCal is $350K. It's $389.
Okay, yeah.
$389
I know
is
it's
higher.
In the 300s.
Yeah, let me see what 20% of that is. So that's $77,800. So basically you gotta save $80K if you don't want a stupid ass payment on your house.
Seriously.
And that's only if you do like a 30-year fixed. If you do 15-year fixed, you probably want to put more money down than that.
I was talking to one of my friends who lives in Charlotte, South Carolina.
Yeah, probably South Carolina. That's like the only place you know people really.
I try not to say north, so I think it's south. Yeah, Charlotte, South Carolina. And I showed him like the houses I wanted, and he was like, okay, look for the same luxury apartment out here. Nigga, that shit was $1,300. I wanted to cry, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like,
California's stupid. That's why I'm like, if I lived anywhere else, I would have a house already.
Oh my God. But I looked at the salaries out there and there's a significant drop. Like teachers out here are getting like 52 to 57 and out there their average was 41, which means they're getting fucking 20 to like 47.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah. I was like, that's poverty.
Like, what?
That was because I was like, oh yeah, I could do that out there. Nope.
People always want to say children are the future, yet
Y'all don't want to pay a shit.
y'all don't want to pay a fucking teacher.
I mean, it's all the people who come
Niggas
from
about to be
money that are
stupid.
able to make it through easy. It's all of it. It's people who don't come from like just big amounts of money.
You just reminded me of a fact my friend was telling me about how like they were having a problem with like hiring teachers at her school or some shit like that. And they were looking at the statistics of teachers that did stay long term. And so they found out that the teachers that stayed long term or were either women that came from money or they were married to somebody with money, basically. And so they didn't care about the income. They were doing it because they liked it.
And then that money was probably their pocket change.
And guess what race they were?
White.
Of course, white women. Young white women. Or like middle-aged white women.
It's like, it's okay. Because I'm like, we're just going to have to keep hustling and keep making multiple streams of income.
Yeah, and then have Beyonce set up a trust fund for me because I'm grinding.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like I deserve a scholarship
yeah,
from one of these
something.
famous people.
Like, I'm out here working.
Y'all could really afford
I'm-
helping me.
yeah.
And I'm charity, so you get a tax write-off
Right?
for helping me.
It's not like I'm out here just like, oh, yeah, like, I don't have a job, like all my bills are due and like I can't pay it. I haven't paid rent. My rent's late. I'm about to get evicted. It's like, no, I got a job. I'm considering getting another job. I'm trying to make money off renting out my car. Like I'm really
Have you
out
started
here.
that?
No, I'm
Okay.
like I started all the processes, but I
Yeah.
got to go get my car detailed and take pictures of it.
Yeah.
That's the final step. Yep. I drove it today so that like it could possibly happen if I feel like it.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep. And then I'm gonna drive it tomorrow because I'm probably getting it washed tomorrow because today I have class.
Do you know what year the car needs to be? The oldest it can be?
No, I don't know.
Because I know Uber has like
Yeah, they have
an
an age limitation.
Yeah.
But my car was fine because like I
Yeah.
put in all this
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm just wondering because I was like, damn, you could put $3,000 down and get you a little car and then rent that shit out. Because Toyota Corollas, anyway,
Oh, dependable.
ton of trunk space too. Like
Yeah.
even though they're so small, they always have trunk space.
You just like keep getting cars to rent out. I was
Yeah.
I was thinking about Priuses though. That's actually a better
car.
investment to rent out.
yeah,
Because if people are renting your car to drive it, they want it to have good gas mileage.
gas mileage,
And they
yeah.
want it to be spacious. And that's everything what a Prius is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to look at that and see how much those cost because I'm pretty sure I could afford it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, the whole logistics.
Is this a good time for a look at cars?
Yeah.
Do you know yours? I have one, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh. Okay.
Shit. Can you do yours first?
Yeah, okay. So mine is simple because it's like we say, like your look at God does not always have to be something profound every week. And if you think about it, if you're striving to have something crazily profound happen every week, you're gonna make yourself depressed. You need to just be grateful
Sorry, sweetie.
that you're here. Yeah. So I'm like, mine was because I had to before we tape tell Ashley the story of my weekend, but it was so fucking funny. Like the whole evening was entertaining. First of all, I haven't gone to clubs in so long. Like I don't do that anymore just because I don't like how fake it is, you know. But it was like in most clubs, a lot of clubs are like all tables, no floor. But this one, it was like it actually got packed, and I've been there once before and it didn't get that packed. But I think because Ty Dolla $ign was performing, that's why it was packed. But it was like also even the random people we were bumping into, everybody was chill, you know, like
And
everybody.
that doesn't always happen.
Yeah, everybody was dancing, chill, talking. Nobody was being weird. Like
Was it in LA?
Costa Mesa.
That might be another reason too why.
Yeah.
Because like LA is weird.
That's true.
LA is fucking weird.
It felt like I was in LA, but yeah, you're right. We were in Costa fucking Mesa. Yeah, which you guys is Orange County, if you don't know, Orange County, California. And like it was good vibes. Ty Dolla $ign did not come on until the last 5 minutes of the club, so the lights literally came on after right when he started trying to chill with the DJ and be like, and you could tell he didn't give a fuck about being there. He had
No.
dark sunglasses
He
on.
was like,
'cause
I'm
he
about to
probably
go
high.
home.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to jail. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably
I
got
hope not.
dropped. They're probably like, it was a regular amount of drugs. Get
Yeah.
off his ass. But yeah, like that was super fun. Funny shit happened. It's always entertaining watching people about to fight. It's not entertaining when they actually fight. So luckily they didn't fight.
Yeah.
Luckily I had a place to sit because my feet were fucking hurting. in some regular boots too. I was so mad. And then like, oh yeah, I did watch this guy get punched in the face, but it was just really entertaining how that happened. And he's okay. He was fine.
It was by a woman.
By a woman.
Not to be sexist.
Yeah, and it's like women should not be hitting people.
No, because if he hit your ass back, I'm not defending you.
He not even for a second tried to get her back. He just got hit, and then she walked away, and I was just like,
so she does this. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you left, because he was like, because she was like, I would have married you, and I was like, he said that was my ex-girlfriend, and I was like, why is your ex-girlfriend punching you?
Yeah,
because you're probably texting her talking about some bullshit.
Let's
she
work
got
it
all
out, baby.
Yeah, she got all excited,
I
and
still love you.
And they're at the same club.
Pussy.
Yeah, right. She's probably still fucking. He's probably still fucking. But it's like they're at the same club, so I'm like, did y'all come together? I watched niggas leave with other bitches too. I remember this guy came with his girlfriend. She got really drunk, and he came up to me because he saw me talking to her at one point. He was like, have you seen my girlfriend? And I was like, oh, she's right there. And he was like, oh, thank you. And he walks up to her, and she's all being rude. And then I was standing next to the hood nigga I talked to you about, and he walks past me, and I look, and I'm like, that's a whole nother girl. And I literally out loud, like, not even, I was just like, what? Like I really was. And then I looked at him, I said, did that nigga just leave a whole nother woman? He said, hell yeah. I was like, what is going on? Nightclubs are entertaining.
They are.
And I was a little drunk, and I guess I'm getting old because I've been tired for 2 days after. And it's only one day usually, and I'm usually not sick. I went to work, and I was just tired. At the end of my shift, my eyes were like this. I was just like, and then dealing with that annoying bitch. I was like, if you don't shut the fuck up, bitch.
Like, today's not the
motherfucking day. And I had, all my tables were happy. You know, so it was like a good day. And then you ruined it, you stupid bitch. That's why you're going to lose your fucking job.
My look at God. Yeah, that's going to be work. My look at God is that my car note is already going down. I haven't had the car for that long, but like, I paid my first car note early and I paid extra. And then this one I paid early and I paid extra. And that shit's already gone down like $50.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm about it.
Yeah, pay the more. Yeah.
Nigga, I pay that shit early.
Yeah. Literally, how I have my shit set up is like automatically pay way more. And it's automatic payment, so I just transfer. But it's like every month, pay more. That's why that 1 month I was like, damn, my car note is $35 fucking for a brand new Lexus.
Like, it's beautiful.
That is great.
Y'all, pay extra on your car note. Woo! That's why I'm like, do not buy a car where you cannot pay the car note early and pay it extra.
You guys.
Like, you really got to be prepared for these fucking investments.
Have the whole year saved. So it is 2019. So your next saving for your car should be for January 2020. Put that shit away. Like, put it away, because also if some shit goes wrong
and you can't pay it,
you have extra money chilling. Or if something happens, you end up having to pay a huge bill, you can pull from December 2019 and then pay yourself back for December. Like, there's you guys. I don't
like, because you don't want to be that person who has like this lifestyle, but then you're calling and begging every month for somebody to pay your bills.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like,
oh my god.
And denying that people have paid your bills before.
Save money.
Just saying.
Have tons of money in your bank account, because this happened. Oh yeah. This happened with my car. I had a money amount saved, thinking that I did not have enough, like thinking like, oh, I want my payments to be super low. I got the lowest payment, so thank God. But I thought I needed an extra $5,000, so I'm just putting all my money into my savings.
Yeah.
But get there, and I was left with extra $2,000 because like I made sure my shit was straight. But it's like, this is why you have extra money. Like, this is why you save all your money, because then you find yourself with an extra $2,000.
And that's low key a lot of money. So.
Yeah, and then didn't have to pay for my car for a year because I had an extra. You know, like these are benefits, guys. So it's like, save your money. It's like the 2 times I've been laid off, I was okay. Like, put it away,
and then
put it away.
Yes, just please put it away and put it in like a good savings account.
Yeah, get the stocks up. I literally have 401k over here just sitting because you know, I'm not using this.
I ain't never brought to you. I don't know if I'm gonna use my 401k. Like, that money is just really just there.
I moved mine because I had 2, so I had to move one and transfer into the other, and then I had to all this fucking paperwork.
Yep.
And then it's like, have the stocks there, and it's like, obviously look at it as like, I look at it as, if I'm ever in an emergency, remember what you have. I will never touch it. But I know in the back of my mind, if there's ever an emergency, and this also will keep you from stressing out.
I honestly don't even think about mine.
What do you mean?
My 401k.
Well, yeah, you don't think about it.
I don't think about it. I just like see that, like, it's taking out my check and see how much my employee at match just to make sure that's right. But like, I actually don't even know the amount that's in there.
Most people, I don't look at it. The thing is because I had to transfer my plan and
so then you saw it.
Yeah, and I'm not holding it under the same company either. So I had to do a ton of paperwork, which is like ridiculous. I'm still doing paperwork right now. It was a whole bunch of conversions. Like I had to convert it to this count and then to get it transferred over to that count. And then they have to send them a letter and then they have to do. So I have to call them on 3-way. They just hit me up like, we need you to 3-way call us. I'm like,
y'all can't just fucking call each other.
Don't y'all do this? Is what y'all do. Yeah. So I know exactly what's there, but I mean, it was cool actually knowing like, oh, well, that got saved. And
I already know when I look at mine, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm like, fuck,
because you're not aware. Like, damn, y'all take a lot of money, but thank you.
Yes, and it's like I've been working with them for almost 3 years, and they've been taking, I think, like 8% of my check.
It's not 3.5 or whatever.
No, I had mine. I raised.
Oh, you
mine.
Raised yours.
Yeah.
Is it does your company do company match?
Yes.
So it's
up
like
to a certain dollar though. Amount.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a certain percentage up to a certain dollar.
Yeah.
Amount, but they contribute to mine every check.
Yeah, because I think the limit was like they give you up to like 3.5 or something.
Yeah, I think they lowered ours. It used to be up to 7, and I think it went down to like 4 or 5.
I mean, but it's still good.
It's still money, and it's still like I still do a high contribution of my check into my 401k. So you know.
And another small thing, I just did a small, tiny research because I did orientation for teaching over there and in Rialto, but who knows? Whoever is not from here doesn't know where Rialto is. And I did research about like how to understand like withholding when you're signing like paperwork, because you know whenever you have to do your tax paperwork at a job,
you don't know
like,
what
do I click? Oh, if you have it was like if you're single with 1 job, if you're single with 2 jobs, if the higher your number is, the lower your number is, the more they take out. The higher your number is, the less they take out. So it's better to have a lower number, even though you can put, because
you don't want to end up owing, right?
Yeah, because you can end up owing a lot.
never want to owe.
They're saying big checks in the beginning, but you owe in the end, whereas you can have smaller checks over time and then get a big check. And it's like I get my my tax return in like a couple of days. So I'm like,
I just like finally got all my paperwork for mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, what took y'all niggas so long?
You know what's funny? I thought I had all of mine.
And you didn't?
It was so many.
Yeah,
I had so
it's a
many.
lot.
And then one came in and I was like, I have this?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't. So I'm going to I was like, let me let the money drop first. I had to pay California, but it was like $155, whatever. I'm going to let the money drop first and then go back and be like, so I have this extra one. Do you guys need this?
Yeah, because you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. And then if they, because the worst that can happen is I'll owe them like $2 or something. And then, I'm also wondering about like my stocks, because now they're sending me the tax documents.
That's what I was waiting for.
They're so small though.
Yeah, but
I need to advise with someone, because the person I advised with isn't a professional in it. So it's like, I'm like, if they're so small, doesn't matter, but you might as well. It's like I already got my money and I still have the student tax credit, so it's enough. If I owe them money, I owe them money. I know it's going to be small anyway, but it's like, there's so many fucking tax papers.
And that's why I was waiting. Like, I have literally a folder on my desktop of my tax forms.
That's so many. Oh my God. I mean, that's us becoming adults.
Yep. Well, look at God, we made it to adulthood.
Yeah.
And that we are navigating it.
Yeah, it's like literally just adult conversation. A couple of my friends came into my job and they were asking about the podcast, and I was like, it's really just like talking about how young people and millennial people can find different ins and outs and trying to give people all the answers. And that's why we interview people, is because we don't have all the answers.
And to help them not be stupid and make mistakes that we made.
Yeah,
like
that's
essentially, because like real life, we be like, so some of the stuff like we learned because we made mistakes.
Yeah.
Or like some of the stuff we learned from somebody else's mistake, which is the best way to learn.
I learned because I got my identity stolen.
Yeah.
And and it ruins your credit score.
Yeah.
Like, I could have sworn my credit score was in the high 500s. This is when I was 19. I think
I'm trying to think what the lowest mine has been. I think mine was like 589.
Yeah, and it was my identity got stolen. They opened 3 credit cards. One of the credit cards I have now, I couldn't activate it for weeks because my identity was stolen under the same credit card. So they had to do all this processing to make sure I'm the real person.
Well, that's good that they did that.
Yeah, it took forever. It was kind of annoying, but it was like, whatever. It works now. And it was like, I had to go from like getting my identity stolen, so my credit was shit, which means I can't get anything. I can't get an apartment on my own or anything. And it's like, and then building it back up and then realizing like, like I accidentally saved too much money, the car thing, which made me realize like, damn, I need to always accidentally save too much money. And then getting laid off out of nowhere with the HR thing. It's like all these adult learning things. It's like, these things will carry me forever. And to hang around people who have been broke and know how to sell all their shit. I've always been selling my shit, but also people, things you don't use, sell them.
Yeah.
Sell them.
Just had Shop put my PS3 on offer up.
Yeah.
I was like, please,
you'll get
somebody
cash for
take it.
Or
I don't
put
care how
start
much.
high. Well, start high.
No,
You
I
can-
told him
yeah.
its starting number.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. That's it. It's
Take
like,
it.
I don't care.
I just use it as gas money.
I sold a book from 2015
Mm-hmm.
to last week. You know, like, because I was, first of all, why the fuck do I have it? I don't need it. Sold it, $50-some. I was like, oh, I thought y'all were about to give me $12. I was just trying to get it out of my house. Like, get that box that I had. I finally emptied it. And I'm like, damn, like, there's so many ways to earn money, guys. And 2 jobs is actually very normal because then you'll hit the salary you want. You know, and we're young millennials and we're working on it. And I love when you said earlier, it's like, I'm going to make that much money. It's like, yes.
Yeah. That's why I'm not even like stressed about like how my Mercedes is a lease, because I was like, I got it so I could have the option to trade it, because I've already bought a car, and it's like after 3 years I wanted a new one.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm gonna lease this
True,
bitch,
yeah.
because it's like I get too antsy, I feel like.
Yeah, like,
you know?
mine is I think I'm already over the mileage. The only I want to keep it, obviously, but the only way I would
really
switch
might keep
it,
mine too.
these Lexuses be coming out looking real nice, but mine is nice, but it's just like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, and then the whole electric thing, I'm like, if they come out with an electric version of my car and it runs well, I will fucking get it.
Yeah,
because I really love my car.
I need a house first.
Yeah, I mean, like, by that time that I get a new car, I'll have a house.
I want a house so bad.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
all right, do your things.
all right. So you guys can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast, no G at the end of Gettin. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow and comment on there. Thank you for all the listens. And we just hit a super high number if you look on there.
It's
like on our listens. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We never look at our listens because, like, we're not in it for that.
No.
But it's like, well, that's why it's funny. Every time we look, we're like, oh, shit.
I'm like, damn.
Let's see.
And then, I fixed I didn't realize Spotify, we didn't realize Spotify was messed up, but I updated it so all episodes are updated on Spotify as well. And then on Spotify, there is an apostrophe after the N and Gettin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to delete
Will that
it or
hinder?
leave it. No, because when I tried to search it without it, it didn't come out.
What about on other websites? Did you try it on everything else?
No, I tried it on that one.
We're gonna.
That was the day I accidentally ate too many edibles, or the edibles hit me away, and like I did that one thing and fucking K'd on my couch. I fucking knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
I was in the most awkward position.
That one you gave me, and I was like, I haven't smoked today. Why am I high? And I was like, oh yeah, Ashley gave me a
You
piece
be
of candy.
bent off them candies, man.
We're under 200 away from 20,000 listens.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, so it's pretty great.
fuck with us.
Cool. Our our top episodes are episode 1, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and King Vader's episode.
We have 91 followers.
Yeah,
We
oh my
almost at
God.
that hundo.
91. Holy shit. What?
Almost at that hundo.
Okay, y'all. Fuck with y'all heavy. Oh, I
Right.
see it there.
Fuck with
Damn.
us.
Hello. Okay.
We see you, Japan. Who's in Japan?
I know, right?
Who's there?
What social medias have I not said?
I don't know.
YouTube.com. Search Young and Gettin It Podcast. We're on YouTube, you guys. Watch us on there. Get our views up. Please subscribe and comment on there. We're also on Spotify. Remember to use the apostrophe at the end of Gettin. There's no G, there's an apostrophe there because we're young millennials. We're also on GooglePlay, Stitcher, and Pocket Casts.
And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. You can also find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/YAGIPOD. And then you can also find our content on our website at www.weareyagip.com. And if you want to hit us up, contact us on our Google Voice number, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or on our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. And yeah, we love y'all. Thanks.
Goodbye.